Joe, one of the things that happens whenever you mention next generation manga, everyone instantly thinks of, you're probably thinking about it right now, some little midget yellow haired dude called Boruto. Now, Boruto is apparently, for some reason in 2022, the staple mark of next generation manga. Everyone calls it, this is why next generation should never happen, because Boruto is so shit, the anime is garbage, the manga is bad, and Boruto is a failure. But outside of what everyone says, Boruto is actually a pretty insane success story. Having started a few years after Naruto ended, the Boruto manga is actually very popular. Every time a new chapter drops, I see nothing but praise. Everyone on Twitter, everyone talks about it, everyone on Facebook always talks about it, and everyone on YouTube always talks about it. The real problem with Boruto is the fact that there's another thing called the Boruto anime, which a lot of people are massively disappointed with. Somebody told me a few months ago that the Boruto anime has like 300 episodes and only 40 of them are canon. Studio Period doing their very best. Thank God they didn't give this many fillers to Black Clover. I thank Yoshihara every day of my life whenever I wake up for that. Now, although everyone just compares next generation manga and anime to Boruto, there is also on the sideline doing very, very good, a massive success story, another next generation manga called Fairy Tail. Whoa, shockers, didn't see that coming, did you? Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest is a next generation sequel to the Fairy Tail manga that ended on Fairy Tail chapter 545. As of the recording of this video, Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest is still ongoing and still selling very well alongside Hiro Mashima's other work, Eden Zero. Mashima even went further and beyond and created a next generation sequel for Fairy Tail Eden Zero and his original work Rave Master, and that was a few 10 chapter short series that was honestly really cool to see. Fairy Tail is the success story people need to talk about when they talk about next generation. Fairy Tail was 545 chapters and Mashima still believed there was more to tell in the story. So with that being said, today we're going to look about what's left in Black Clover. Alright, yo, jumping straight into it, I just talked about it seconds ago, but one thing that's super important to have if you're going to do a next generation manga story is content. You can't just make up content as it goes. You can't just introduce other alien stuff like Boruto without having actual content to dive on. And in Fairy Tail, they had content, and in Boruto, apparently people tell me there is some little content. But in this video, we want to focus on Black Clover. Is there enough content to warrant a next generation sequel? And if you didn't know this, yes. Oh my god, yes. I want to shout out Rouge, one of my greatest followers, one of my greatest friends. She is honestly my favorite person on Twitter. I absolutely love you. Rouge posted this a couple days ago when everyone was really talking about Next Generation, saying if the final act of Black Clover doesn't at least have 250 chapters, it wouldn't be able to fit everyone that Tabata already set up unless it goes Chainsaw Man pacing or Weekly Shonen Jump plans on giving it a sequel. Now I've already retweeted this tweet. You can go check it out on my Twitter for the record. Now for the record, I do just want to point out we get about 40, if we're lucky, chapters every single year. If we take into breaks, Golden Week, and everything into account, we get about 40 chapters a year, which means 200 chapters would be 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. 200 chapters is 5 years of Black Clover. Although Black Clover just got announced entering its final act, it never got announced when it's ending, so I don't see Black Clover ending for at least another 3 to 5 years. Now it's only if we get 200 chapters. If we get more, well, that speaks for itself. Well, this is everything. Rouge has gone ahead, up the top of her head, and set up that Yuki Tabata still needs to do, and there is evident reason for a sequel. So, obviously, Yami's pre-Isekai backstory, his homeland, the Land of the Rising Sun. The Land of the Rising Sun, I believe we are actually going to get in the main story. It's definitely something that's been set up for a very long time that we haven't looked into. The second one, Charmy's backstory and the Dwarves. This has been set up for the last 200 chapters. Charmy was introduced around chapter 200, and that's it. We never saw her, like, do anything ever again. We saw her harken, and that was pretty cool, but that's it. We know she's a dwarf. We know she's a half-human dwarf. We know her magic power is literally insane. We know she can literally eat magic, which is arguably stronger than being able to cancel magic. Charmy's entire backstory, and especially the fact that Charmy is based on Yuki Tabata's own wife, and we still haven't seen the dwarves in the story, is definitely a setup for a next generation. The Clover Kingdom politics, the royal families, and Noelle's father. Where is Noelle's father? We've seen him. We have literally seen the dude, but never again. I don't know what to tell you. He's just, I guess he's just in the story, right? Or something, I guess. The existence of gods, angels, and Noelle's connection to them. Now, a lot of people don't realize this, but Yuki Tabata has set up Noelle's connection to one of the sea gods. It was foreshadowed all the way back in the Sea Temple arc, and Yuki Tabata's foreshadowing is very... It either hits you or it doesn't. So, guys, please be sure to remember that Yuki Tabata has actually set up the existence of gods and angels, but we still haven't seen them yet. Luck's relationship with Charlotte and the secret behind Charlotte's curse. A lot of people don't know this, but this has been a long theory in the Black Clover community that Charlotte and Luck are actually siblings. Their elf versions were siblings. The only other two that were siblings were actually real life siblings as well. Luck and Charlotte's relationship has definitely been foreshadowed for a very long time. We just haven't seen it in the main story yet. And again, content for a next generation. The Witch Queen's backstory. It just speaks for itself. Tabata set up so many things. We're not even halfway through this list, and you can already see, like, even if each of these are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 10 chapters, which is definitely too short for every single one of them, we still won't have, we still would be well over 250 chapters. The world beyond the continent of the Four Kingdoms. Now, this has definitely been foreshadowed. The Dwarf Kingdom, the original Elf Kingdom, the Land of the Rising Sun. There is definitely a world beyond the Four Kingdoms. We don't know what is in that world yet because it's just, we just haven't explored it yet. But again, there is chance for a next generation. How the cliff-off ritual was stopped 1200 years ago. Now, this one a lot of people don't realize, but we saw in Little Pichika's flashback that the devils ruled the world, that humanity was under distress, that humanity was being murdered every single day. The devils, the demons all ruled the world, but for some reason they lost. Now, we'll probably get that flashback with Lucius and Astaroth and why they betrayed Lucifero, because obviously he would have been king back in the day, and how the hell did they lose originally? So we'll have to see that in the main story. The fourth great spirit, the Earth Spirit. Where is the Earth Spirit? We haven't seen him. He's not in the Spade, he's not in the Heart, he's not in the Clover, he's not in the Diamond, for as far as we know. Where is the Earth Spirit? I don't know. The mysterious Diamond General in the Diamond Kingdom. A lot of you don't remember this, but there was a mysterious Diamond General that Yuki Tabata set up a long time ago. We still haven't seen him. The Diamond Kingdom on its own, actually, I just realized that's a whole new bullet point, is another unexplored territory that would everything I've said here would take more than 20 chapters. Even if you count 20 for each of them, that's well over 200 chapters. Morris's encounter with Mars. We still haven't even seen Mars back in the story yet. I really did think Mars would come help Asta in the Spade Kingdom. I'm very shocked Mars didn't. I don't know. Cliff-off devils, especially Astaroth, Beelzebub, Lucifero, Lucifugus, and Adromelech, and their backstories. We saw very little of a backstory in regards to the devils so far. That they ruled the world, they lost. We don't know much more than that. Again, a lot of chapters. Dark Triad backstories, Dante and Vonica. We've seen almost nothing from Dante and Vonica. We saw Xenon's flashback because that was important. We saw Xenon and Lucius because obviously that was very important. But we've seen nothing from Dante and Vonica, and we've yet to see the real reasons behind Lucius himself. Obviously the biggest one here, probably Asta's father, the origin of dungeons, grimoires, and anti-magic. Who is Asta's father? I don't fucking know. My best guess, it is Astaroth. But yeah, I mean, so much set up. Backstory of Licht's child who survived the elf slaughter, his possible connection to Asta's swords, and Yuno's wind spirit. We know that Licht's child survived. We know he built the city Elysium. Other than that, we just don't know anything else. Why Asta's demon dweller and Yuno's wind spirit were left in the same dungeon. A lot of people think this is related to Lucius, so I'm assuming we'll see that very shortly. The Dryad and the Drought, and Licht and Titia's ancestor role. As you can see, there's a lot of content left in Black Clover. A lot that would definitely span over 200 chapters. One thing Rouge even forgot is the future next generation that Yuki Tabata has already been setting up. Mari, Gosha's sister, God, what was his name? Nagt or something? From the church, the kid with fire magic who wants to be like Asta and join the Magic Knights. Yuki Tabata has been very much setting up all of these. Asta, Yuno, and Noelle as their own captains. Like, we haven't even seen that yet. Or even vice captain. Noelle and Asta are still not even vice captain level. Yuno as captain. I'd like this is shit I want to see in the story. I want to see them managing squads. I want to see them go on missions. Obviously, Asta and Noelle dating. Like, please, Tabata, can we get that before the final chapter? As you can see, there is content set up that unless this final arc is like over 300 chapters, I don't know. 300 chapters is like 7 years. I would be very happy with that. I would be happy with that. But anyway, what do you think about the few possibilities of a future next generation? Do you think there is enough content story set up for Tabata to do a next generation? What is your whole opinion on this? Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. My name is, as always, peace.